Some people have actually called me the world's greatest archer.
Are you one of those people? Hey, babe, I should be back in a day or two. Hang on a second. Things have gotten more complicated.
I wanted to start by asking a question for you both. I loved Lucky the dog very much. What was it like working with Lucky on set? Was it tricky? Was it fun? What was that like for you both?
Very fun, very tricky. I found that it was always the moments where I had about 19 things in my hand that we would start rolling, and then the dog would run in and they're like, oh, and here you go, here's the dog. So we're just like fumbling, I've got all this stuff going on, and then the dog takes off. And we actually did a bit where we were in a park, and there were squirrels and other dogs in that park, and we had to get from point A to B, and we took a couple jolty detours in that walk.
What about you, Jeremy? Was there any challenges?
Well, she had to do more dog handling than I did. I got to just do more dog loving, and whenever I had to be with the dog, I think he was just always hot breathing on me and just being adorable, And I just pet him and love on the dog. She had to do a lot of the legwork. But it's actually a really well trained dog.
Yeah, very.
It's just working with dogs. It's, like I said, all it takes is a squirrel.
Yeah.
Or a Cheez-It to fall, and it's like, what?
Yeah.
It changes the whole dynamic, Or, the only issue I encountered with the hot breath and the panting is I had to redo takes because all they could hear is like,
yeah, right.
I'm like,
my
dude,
God.
chill out. I'm trying to have an emotional moment here.
Yeah, that's right.
You're crushing my close-up.
Yeah.
So we had a little stunt doggy that would come in. It's a stuffy, and about the same size. So we'd bring him in to, little stand-in.
Yeah.
And he did a good job, too.
Yep. No complaints there.
We love Stuffy.
Yeah, it wasn't fogging up the lens with the hot breath.
I was wondering, because Clint is very established in the Marvel Universe, and Kate is obviously very new, but I was kind of intrigued for both of you how much input you had in kind of shaping your characters in this show in particular.
I think a lot of that comes with the newer characters. I also having my family in it is always the anchor, and then other things can sort of come into place. I think a lot of the repercussions of things that from the past. This can be all new information because we've not explored what happened during that time he was Ronin. There's very little that was talked about. So that left a lot of playground to explore on. And I think with Kate Bishop and a few other characters, it helps helps identify and inform Clint Barton in a different way. We also have a world that's in New York, present day, post Endgame, during Christmas. It takes place in about a week. So there's that, and there's limitations with that, but there's also a very, very pointed sort of direction that goes. So all these things really inform the character that we already know, and then explore even deeper because of all those things I just mentioned.
I was so pleased because I felt like finding her and discovering her and figuring out what this version of Kate was, it felt like a real collaboration between me and the writers and the filmmakers involved, and even Jeremy. Finding that half of Kate is the dynamic between Kate and Clint and Hawkeye, and really figuring out what parts of the comics we were bringing into this character, and even everything from, storyline to her wardrobe and the hair and the makeup, and being able to be involved in that was, it's always awesome when you can be. So I felt very lucky and excited to be a part of that process.
Jeremy, I had a question for you in particular. I remember, back in the very early days, Hawkeye's role was a bit smaller in Avengers, and now obviously it's grown and evolved so much. What's it like to now, lead this show? Did you ever think this day would come where we'd see a Hawkeye show on Disney Plus?
No, I don't really think too far in the future. No, so yeah, I was happy when we just started discussing, the format of how to to share the show and maybe some of the ideas about it. I mean, I got really hooked on the initial log line and the pitch about the show. Very, very excited to explore more of the character always, because I love the character a lot. I identify a lot with the character, and I think being able to be in the world that we're in is just a great platform to express all the cool bits of what superheroism is, and then you get a partner to help express that to kids. I think it's pretty dope.
Did you ever think maybe there'll be a film, or do you prefer the show because obviously there's more time in the show? What's that like for you?
Yeah, I mean that's above my pay grade to make any of those kind of decisions anyway. But I was really happy that Kevin Feige really approached me about it when he wanted to do the Disney Plus 6-hour sort of version versus just a 2-hour film. And I just thought it's a way better way in. It could really open up the world a bit and allows for more humor, more darkness, more just everything, and for more characters also to be introduced to the universe. So I think that was really, really important.
And Hailee, did you feel some pressure coming in? Because obviously the MCU is so established now. What was that like coming in as a new character?
Yeah, I mean, I think there is part of it that might have felt a little daunting at one point, but it felt like a very sort of smooth entrance into this universe, and I think I owe that to the people around me, and Jeremy. I mean, right away I feel like where I might have thought I was in any way prepared for this, given what I have done in my career and my life previously, I feel like you knew this was just going to be something different and something of its own kind, and it was. And I just felt so lucky to have Jeremy as an ally, and again, really everyone involved there to make this as amazing as possible.